Hey, it's White Boy Chris. If the Pat Downs ever made you laugh, then join our Patreon and support us. Get bonus content, a t-shirt, or an autographed copy of Rabbit, Miss Pat's autobiography. Visit MissPatComedy.com for the link to the Patreon, and while you're there, join our Facebook group.
Welcome to another episode of the Pat Down. We're here talking about the Capitol. Way to go, white people. Tearing up history. We appreciate y'all. Don't knock down them 100-year-old doors and shit. You don't give a fuck about history. We all for you. We at home eating all collard green popcorn. Watch you tear up America. Collard green popcorn. It worked.
Do you mix the collard greens and popcorn?
On both, so I did. Huh?
Do you mix the collard greens and popcorn?
Nah, you just choose the one you want to eat that night.
Okay.
That's it. Another episode.
All right.
Bye.
You better get up, get out, and tune into this podcast. This Pat spit the truth, spit the real fact. Nothing but the ugly, classy at the same time. Pat got the flavor, these are not your same lines. It's the politics, she been on the real grind. It could be pretty but ugly at the same time. Just tune in, put your lock on the spin down. Ain't no need for the wait and turn it up now. What you talking about? Is it real though? And cut the game, you get no play like Nintendo. You wasted time, turn it up, nothing but the ugly. Straight off the top, everything she say, you know it's funny. Full blast, this a taste of the future. Listen on your iPhone, on your desktop computer. Share it, tweet it, ain't no way to beat it. Nothing but the ugly, turn it up and gon' repeat it.
Hey, guys.
Hey there.
Hey.
I've been so busy. I didn't get a chance to. A lot of people's in my inbox. I'm quite sure you guys too. About the riot at the Capitol. Ooh, we black people enjoyed y'all showing y'all ass. We was like, way to go, white people. Go on and kill Congress and let's see if you get shot.
Turns out they didn't.
Somebody did.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up, Deon. You know, it was like what made me laugh about that whole riot thing is when the president was upset with the way the people look. Yeah,
he called them low class.
Yeah, I don't know who caught that picture where everybody had black eye teeth. And I was like, it was like they was trying to sell black eyed peas for New Year. Everybody had a cavity in the front of their mouth, and I was like,
you talking about the man who only had the sharp teeth?
It was a couple of them. They caught them with their mouth open and they had like little spots on their teeth. And I was like, look at these motherfucking bread bandits. They look like light bread bandits. That's all they eat is fucking light bread. And what was so crazy when they got in the Capitol, they had no fucking clue what to do. They were so fascinated by how all the architects like, I ain't never seen no shit like this.
Yeah, they were like staying between the lines in the rope line, and then then they saw a cop.
Even during the insurrection, ropes make motherfuckers be calm. So we got a chaos in the queue.
Man, they didn't bring no weapons either. No way, nothing to kick down a door. They was literally using gates and shit to kick. I was like, what the fuck is going on with these people? Tied up white people, black people burns Wendy's down, and they tap the Capitol.
I forgot about the Wendy's.
Yeah, we burn restaurants down.
Well, like 1 million people have texted me, and I'm sure Deon too, asking, just for your take on everything that happened.
I was busy that day writing an episode, and I just looked up and I said, white people have lost their motherfucking mind. I'm going to get off CNN. Everybody texts me. He's like, what do you think? I think white people doing white people shit. That's what they do. They want to take over the government.
Well,
but I think the government, since white people showed their ass, and I ain't talking about all of you, I'm only talking about the niggas who stormed the Capitol. Biden, hold them nigga stimulus checks. They're at right next. That $600 put a nigga in line. Them motherfucking light bread bandits don't give them no stimulus checks.
Light bread bandits.
Yeah, they were light bread bandits. That's all they do, eat light bread. You should. I think if you went in there and tore some shit up, they should keep your stimulus check. That's what it is.
Take the damage out of their, make them pay it back in taxes.
No, fuck it. Just take the stimulus check. And
well,
fuck up
they
their
not
credit,
getting their check when they in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was weird how some of the people went and lost it all. Like the swimmer, the 17-foot swimmer. Did you see that nigga? He was the tallest nigga in the Capitol. He was taller than the statues. The gold medalist. Then he had USA on the back of his fucking swimming jacket, and everybody like, that nigga was on the swim team. They compared with me. I'm like, dude, you should have went in that motherfucker on your knees where nobody could identify you. You'd have been at least 6 feet tall. He was like 17 feet tall.
17 feet.
Did y'all not see the swimmer?
Yeah.
No, I saw.
Yeah, I heard about him. Yeah.
And then the bitch who got on the private plane to fly to go up.
Yeah.
I
like
loved how everybody was live streaming it from their own personal channels. They was
worse than the people who tabbed the shit at the Black Lives Matter shit. They were. I was like, these are the dumbest fucking criminals I ever seen in my life.
Well, I don't think
the one time you could get away with wearing a mask and nobody wore
one. No. Yeah, it's like it wasn't a bank robbery to them. It was like, oh well, we're gonna win this because the cops are on our side. Let's just do whatever we want. And boy, was that a mistake.
What do you think, Garrianna?
Think about what?
The Capitol being stormed.
Well, I didn't get to see. I was reading a book that day, and so I didn't get on Twitter until about 6:00. And I said, "Look at this! Oh, look at this! Oh, how I've been right! Oh, how I've been dead, god dang right! Because I knew it. Okay." And I knew they was about nonsense and racism and bigotry, this, that, and the third. And they went up there with their ugly Confederate flags and they lack of teeth. And they said, ha, 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 we gonna prove Garrianna right today. And that's what it was a kiss to me. They were doing that for me, and I really appreciate that. That's probably the most white people have ever done for me. And I appreciate them for showing, their true colors. And plot twist, they're the tan colors are white. Thanks.
Thanks.
I really enjoyed it.
It was a good day. It was a good day for Black America.
How did you feel, Chris, being white?
Yeah.
And seeing your people
stand
up,
run y'all through the mud.
I don't think of them as my people. I think of them as
not since Christopher Columbus have you had to be so ashamed.
I wasn't ashamed because I agree with you because I was sitting there going, they proved me fucking right. Like when you stir people up that way, when you hold a rally and rile people up and then aim, the executive branch stands there and aims an angry mob of people at the legislative branch.
Trump was a straight nigga with this. He said, go down there, I'm gonna be down there.
Right, I'll meet you down there.
Yeah. You know what I think it is?
That nigga never showed up.
He went to the phone booth. He went to the phone booth to turn into Superman and never turned into Superman.
Did you see the pictures of him like in the tent hanging out watching him as they're marching and they're all laughing and high-fiving?
Wait a minute, was Trump in that tent? Because I saw Junior.
Yeah. He was standing there watching him.
It was him, Melania Jr., his girlfriend.
Did you see
Giuliani was down there?
I don't know. Did you guys see the cops? Did you see the video of the cops that were interviewed on CNN yesterday talking about?
Oh yeah,
where the one cop was like, it was total cognitive dissonance. They literally thought that we were there. We were going to let them in. They were on our team. As they're beating me with back the blue flag in their hands. The other guy is. The other guy was like, yeah. I mean, they had my gun and. And the reporter goes, so what did you think about the people that helped you? And he goes, well, thought a lot about this, and I appreciate that people saved my life, but fuck you for being there.
Yeah.
It was so good. You got to go look it up as CNN talked to these cops, and it was crazy. Like, these people are out of their mind, religious fervor, like, just nuts.
I don't even think it's religious, Chris. I just think it's racism. It's racism. It's people that don't want to see changes, and it was people that's raised by people that were raised by people that's raised by people just like them. So nothing has fucking changed, and all of them got no teeth from so many generations back.
We got to look at the white household and why these white people are so in line to listen to Donald Trump. Like, what are y'all missing at home? Y'all need to get a whooping. Y'all need a hug. Y'all need love. Because every time a white man has a little bit of charisma, y'all ready to risk it all. And I don't know. We talk about the Black community and the lack of fathers. Y'all need fathers. I don't know what you're doing. I don't. Y'all need love.
I say white people need fathers.
I know. We need to start doing like those PBS campaigns where it's like fatherhood matters. We need to bring them back for the white community because y'all ain't raising y'all children. I don't get it.
Oh my God.
They not. I mean, no. The lady
green bean casserole straight to the brainstem. Nothing.
Green bean casserole. Stop being on the sofa.
Oh,
green
sorry.
Bean casserole straight to the head. No. You saw the lady who said who got maced, and they was like, "Well, what are you gonna do when you get in the white? What was you gonna do?" She said, "It's a revelation." I said, "What the?" And they made that Tweety Bird commercial out of
the Animaniacs.
Oh yeah,
Animaniacs.
They pushed me down and maced me.
That's niggas was on it.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. It's not going to prison. It's being a meme for the rest of your life. That's the worst.
The Pac-Man, the Donkey Kong going up the wall.
Yeah,
he fell down.
No, the meme. It was Donkey Kong up on the wall throwing things, and it said Honky Kong.
But the whole thing had just such meth
locking them up
energy.
there. I hope every one of them gets some serious fucking time. Because I'm thinking about. I'm a big ass Democrat, but I don't want to see no Republican there or no fucking. I don't want fuck a side, fuck a party. Those are human beings you went in at a fucking hurt. That man with the zip tie, nigga, he was about to fucking tie Nancy Pelosi up like a fucking dog. I can see Nancy now with her neck scratched back with a zip tie around her throat, tied to the back of her feet upside down. He was about to press her, that bitch.
Yeah, the guy that one of the guys that got arrested told the Justice Department, the FBI, basically that their goal was to stay there all night, hunt down the vice president, and kill him because he eats babies and he drinks their blood.
Babies?
Yeah,
that sounds true.
Yeah, no, right. Well, I mean, the goal was
it's
basically
called cum. He eats cum.
The goal was basically to stop the Congress.
Nigga. We start eating babies.
So they basically were there to decapitate the government on live television, literally, and they believe, these QAnon people believe, that people like Mike Pence and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they drink the blood of children for some like chemical that they have called adrenochrome, which is a real thing, but it doesn't do what they say, and they think that they kill babies and drink their blood for the fountain of youth, basically. And they were there to remit justice. Or met out justice. They were going to save these children because Donald Trump is powerless now, and they needed to do for him what he couldn't do in his time in power.
Chris,
that's how crazy.
Where you get that honky donk bullshit from?
No, that's like real conspiracy theory.
I ain't heard nothing about piss.
That's what they.
Black. We don't do these delusions.
I'm telling you, that's exactly
That's what they believe.
Yeah.
What do you say, Garrianna?
They play this at night, right after Friends. That's why we don't see it, because we don't watch it.
Right, yeah.
If we would engage in white culture more, we would know these facts.
You listen, you got to watch more Lifetime.
Can you hear Garrianna?
Yes. No, like that's like even Alex Jones this week, go look it up on Twitter. He goes, "I am sick of you Q people. You're nuts." Like when Alex Jones is telling you to calm down, but
you lost it.
You know you've lost
That's
it.
embarrassing.
So that's what these people are motivated by.
They was gonna kill Mike Pence when he was Donald Trump right hand man.
Yeah, but he betrayed them. He betrayed them when he didn't steal the electoral college form.
Donald Trump is the worst thief I ever seen in my life. How the fuck you gonna be a thief and make a phone call knowing that you could be recorded? Ask a motherfucker to make you win by one. Just by one.
Nigga.
Donald Trump. Nobody win by one, nigga. Unless you running on the track meet. You step 1 foot in front. What the fuck are you talking about?
Respect for that, because at least he wasn't greedy. He wasn't trying to 100,000. He just said, "Throw me one." And that's I can kind of.
He said we won by hundreds of thousands, but all I need is 11,780.
He's like, no, finish the sentence, nigga. He said, so therefore I win by one. I'm like, Donald Trump don't even know how to steal. Mm-hmm. No, my favorite part of all of this shit is he's not paying Rudy Giuliani.
He literally told Rudy Giuliani, he's telling people in the White House, don't take his calls. I don't want anything to do with him, and don't pay him.
Yeah, because he said he don't feel like Rudy Giuliani did anything to be paid. This man went out there and did a campaign speech for kids Stop the Steal at a fucking garage next to a porn house, and all his dye ran down his face because he was so stressed trying to find you votes.
He tried to have sex with an underage girl on Borat for him.
Yep. Was that for him or for himself? I don't know about that.
How can you not pay? I want Giuliani paid.
I want him to get paid too because Giuliani has like veneers at the top and nothing at the bottom, and them teeth are rotten. I want him to be able to get the other part of his teeth fixed. I want him to look beautiful on his court date. That's what the history deserve.
Man.
Yes.
Only your ass will notice that his teeth is rotten.
Y'all didn't see that?
No, I've never noticed.
The grossest thing. You know, I have a thing about teeth. I don't like
Man,
them.
I can't get over that hair dye running down his skull. He must have. He didn't sit up on the dryer and let the dye take. He just asked somebody to take a can of black satin spray paint and spray paint it.
Nigga, that was shoe polish.
It was shoe polish. Like, so somebody, some hairstylist,
The same shoe polish he used to paint his face on Halloween. He used the same shit. And it was a mess.
He goes as Ben Carson.
Stop.
Look, I'm Herman Cain.
Oh, he goes. He can go as Herman Cain now. Nobody ain't gonna miss him.
Now he rested. I feel like, did Herman Cain do anything for me to care?
999.
Nope.
Nah, he can take that L. That's on him.
Man, he was
I know
buddies
why
with him.
Trump didn't give a fuck when Herman Cain died because he died before he can cast his ballot.
Yeah.
So therefore he didn't
That
give
was
a
the
fuck.
one vote he was missing.
That was
He was alive.
Georgia.
He would have won Georgia, and it would have been all over. And that's why he's mad at Herman.
That was very interesting to watch it though. I never thought in my lifetime that I would see a bunch of
beautiful
Cabbage Patch kids looking white people run up in the Capitol.
looking like rotten Brussels sprouts, just going up in there and wreaking havoc. We love that for them.
She said they look like rotten Brussels sprouts.
You guys need to watch the CNN documentary they made about the insurrection. It's fantastic. They do some of the interviews with some of those people, and one of the reporters goes, "So what are you willing to do?" He goes, "Whatever it takes. They're taking our country." And the dude literally, he only had the top two pointy teeth.
It's like a tornado. They just go find the one person that white people don't want on TV.
73 million of them?
No.
I went to school with most of them.
73 million people were not invading the Capitol. This was like, so apparently what happened is the people that were at the rally like walked down there, and when they got there, a couple reporters I heard say like there were all these like white supremacist dudes and people in tactical gear, the 3%ers. They were there already, and they were prepared and they were ready. And so when they started doing that shit, the problem is the rest of the crowd was into it. That's where those people, the 75 million, come into play. Is like you're enabling this stuff by not looking and checking that shit. Like the guy that's walking around in the Auschwitz T-shirt, you're not looking at him going, "What's your problem?" People handing out white supremacist literature. You know, it's the 3%er guys. It's the militia people. It's the people that are showing up to state capitals this week with, you know, trunks full of dynamite. They arrested somebody in D.C. like 3 hours ago with a trunk full of 500 rounds of ammo and a fake a counterfeit inauguration ticket. You know, those are the people that are causing 35,000 troops in there. I mean, so we had a couple people that were there call in on my other show, and the funniest part, Deon, was he said that he goes, there are a lot of people yelling stuff. I go, what do you mean? He goes, there was all these guys in tactical gear dressed like military men screaming out orders to other people, flank the right, flank the right, flank the right, and nobody was listening to them. Like it's literally just LARPing at this point. Like these people are role playing like being badasses.
Wait, you just brought up a form of white supremacy I'm not aware of. What is a 3%er?
Okay, so
Y'all got all these spicy names.
Yeah, so
Whatever happened to just the KKK? We need to get back to them simpler days.
I think the KKK is retired. We got all this new shit. Crouton, Light Brand Bandit,
Alabaster Bastards.
yeah,
Alabaster
bastards.
What the fuck is that?
That sounds like something. Y'all can take that. if y'all
Karen
want.
gone wild. Kevin lost his mind. Did y'all see the video of the white lady in the leopard outfit? Deon, I sent it to you and Chris. She was in the Starbucks and she refused to put her mask on and they took her out and she said, I got rights. You can't lock me up. And they threw that bitch in that leopard suit in the back of y'all didn't see that?
No. I don't think you sent it to us.
It was so fucking
It's funny to me because they always quote the First Amendment as their right to do any and everything. I said, so you didn't learn any of the other 10.
Right.
Another 9 apply to anything. And I was like, why do y'all just learn? You just want one amendment.
What about the
one?
right to life? How about that? Like, let's just start there. Like, where do you think that you have the right to take the life of like all these other people, the Capitol Hill police? Like, go. Yeah,
but you know what's so funny? They was like back the blue, but they was whipping their asses.
Yeah.
I know that.
The black girl
funny.
who hit the white lady in the nose.
They were bashing the blue with back the blue flag.
Yeah, literally.
That was funny. That was. I don't want to be rude, but that
Did
was
you
so
see the
funny.
black girl who popped the white lady in the nose?
That was funny too.
She ended up losing her job, but she's suspended. But what was so funny is she has a white daughter, right? And she lied to her daughter and told her daughter she was going out of town to an appointment with her aunt. And she's like, Mama, how dare you go to this racist mess when I tried to go and support Black Lives Matter and you told me no. No. So she called her mom out and that shit went viral.
I saw it. I retweeted it. Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah, that black
And
girl
see,
popped that bitch
This
across
is
her
what I'm
nose.
saying. The lack of parenting because you snitching on your own mama to the feds. Couldn't be me. She be doing all types of crimes. I wouldn't say nothing.
I don't
loyalty.
think the mama just got her ass beat. That's what the mama got. Popped right in the motherfucking nose.
Yeah, and like there's a still shot of it. But all right, let me explain the 3%ers after we take this break.
Oh, yeah. I feel like, I know what it has to do with it. Got to do with
All right, we back from the break, and what is the 3%, Chris?
All right, so the people that are dressed up in the military garb that are showing up these are not just your average Trump voters. These are the dangerous people that you haven't seen on Facebook in 5 years because they're on encrypted services plotting to overthrow the government. So they believe that 3% of the country in the revolution took part in the revolution and overthrew Britain to found the country, and that they're going to be the new 3%. They're the ones that are down on the border, like quote unquote protecting the country from the caravan because the border patrol won't do anything. And like you listen to any like news report from Border Patrol, they're like, these people are insane. We don't want them. They make everything worse. And they're the ones that are showing up to this stuff because they've been in these like secret groups for 10 years, training, doing all this tactical BS. Like they're the really dangerous people who are like willing
Oklahoma City bomber.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Ruby, not even Ruby Rich.
Like that guy. Y'all don't talk about that guy who just blew up a whole city block. Nobody was talking about that, but that was like a whole homegrown terrorist.
Down in Nashville?
Exactly right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, because they think...
And he came as the ice cream man.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That guy...
Did you hear the music he was playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bomb pop.
Downtown.
She got to be pissed off that he used her music. Is she dead?
I don't know. Yeah, like that guy, the QAnon people think that AT&T center... They think that the CIA, and they may, but the CIA and all these other people use these data centers to transfer all the Dominion votes, and that there was evidence in there that kept that Joe Biden would have been exposed if this was there, and so this guy was a plant by the deep state to blow up all the evidence of the defrauded election.
So these people are following all these very complex storylines, but like...
Right.
Can't understand racism.
Can't brush their teeth.
None of this ain't making no sense.
No, it's exactly
the deepest storylines
so
I've
true.
ever heard.
Like I got into it on Facebook with one of these people today. I go, so you're telling me that George Soros has so many people and so much money that he's doing a false flag every 3 days now? And these thousands of people that are in at the Capitol that are Antifa aren't telling people that they're Antifa and, oh, look at me. I was like, it just strains reality to the point that it breaks. It's insane.
They was running around saying, Nancy Pelosi them set it up.
Oh yeah, no, they like.
Yeah,
I was like, they set up to kill themselves. Wouldn't they just have jumped out the window?
Yeah, they just
They
won.
just watch some
They
Star
just
Trek and stop
won an
the
election that they wanted to overthrow and stop, so their guy couldn't get in. What are you talking about? None of it makes any sense. The QAnon guy is some dude in the Philippines. His name's Wilkins. And then another former Hollywood screenwriter in Japan. Like, we now know who the Q guys are. Like, and they've made all of this up.
How do we find them?
The internet sleuths and journalists tracked it all down. You can just look up the Wikipedia page for QAnon, and you'll find all of it now.
Don't fuck with cats, ladies found them.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 I love when they get on the case. They good.
Yeah.
So how big is this organization? And is they gonna storm the White House? Or are they because you see they just caught a man with 500 rounds of bullet in fake inauguration ID.
Yeah. No, today. I mean, here in Indiana, there was a guy in the state capitol that just got caught searching the state capitol for a legislator that he was naming, and he was armed. Like I think that Washington is so locked down that there probably won't be violence. Like Airbnb canceled all reservations for DC for the weekend, for the next week. Like the problem is in the state capitals. So here in Indiana, they just shut down the whole state government for the next week because of credible threats. Michigan did the same.
All the capitals, right?
All 50 state capitals are going to have a protest tomorrow and the 20th. And that's the really dangerous thing. And
what about the other 5 states?
Yeah, all 57 states. So
what 57 states?
It's a joke. Yeah.
You mean to tell me they raising hell in Idaho?
Idaho is
Idaho.
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 Yeah, I mean those governors who
the fuck is mad at somebody in Idaho?
I feel like Idaho people have to be mad. All they got is them dang.
Ain't nobody in South Dakota, North Dakota, and Idaho.
When you go in and read this stuff, it's not accurate to say that this is Republicans anymore, because
this is crazy people.
Yeah, these people have disconnected from Trump. Even the Huffington Post put out like they had been tracking one of these signal groups. Like they're turning on him now. They're saying he's a traitor. He was a phony all along. He was a deep state.
Trump?
Yes, they're turning on.
Oh,
Trump
they just
now.
realized that.
Yeah, right. They realize they've been.
So this
conned.
nigga done led you with this toupee for 4 years, all the way to the Capitol.
Yeah.
You believe this man with an orange tan and a motherfucking weave so bad that motherfucking that Ray Charles wouldn't wear.
Yeah.
But he a phony now?
Yeah.
So that tan and that hat didn't tell him.
Right. That's the thing. People hate to be made a fool of, and when they realize how much they've been made a fool of by this guy, it's going to be really ugly for Trump and his people. You know.
So what are they going to do? Kidnap his vampire-looking daughter, Ivanka?
Is his daughter named Ivanka? Well, Ivanka was his wife.
Ivanka is his daughter. Ivanka is nobody.
Ivanka's kind of a nice name.
Bitch
sounds like a foreign car.
Yeah, when you're talking about numbers, I don't know, but it's in the 5 to 15,000 range probably across the country. I mean, the people that got arrested inside the Capitol are from Montana, Idaho, California, Beverly Hills. Like, you know, it's your neighbor and your dentist. Their complicity is that they never checked these people. That they the time to check this behavior was.
I'm surprised
when
it
wasn't life or death.
My teachers up there, and I was like, it was a school day. That's why they couldn't get off work. You don't want to lose your good benefits.
I was thinking, did my neighbor go? But I'm not home, and he blocked me because he don't want to pay me my $50 because Trump lost. So I had no way of asking him, did he take his dumb ass to the Capitol? But I know my dentist didn't go because my husband had an appointment the day they were storming
it. I know my teachers couldn't have went because they had to do the schooling. If it was on a weekend, they need to plan on the weekends.
There was a kid from Carmel up there.
There was a kid
from Carmel High School.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, he had his hoodie on in one of the videos.
That is so fucking crazy.
They're not good at crime.
It's like they might as well have just worn name tags.
For real.
They was the worst fucking criminals. And they didn't bring anything to chop the doors down. I guess the police who let them through. You see the police is killing themselves now because they was all a part of it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the worst thing,
50
white
police?
America, the worst thing you can do is put your hand on an old white woman like Nancy Pelosi with the power that she has. You, your family, your dog, your cat, and your booty licking uncle are all going down.
What?
Everybody got a booty licking uncle.
I do.
They do.
It's white.
Yeah,
It's a white
some of
standard
y'all
issue.
lick booties.
When you're born,
Huh?
God just says, "All right, white man, here's your booty looking uncle."
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Wait, so
I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say,
How
but
much time do you get for insurrections? What is it, like a light 10?
Some
what
of
is it?
some of these
It's,
people are
it's minimum 10.
some of these people
It's
are
a
going to
minimum
get
10?
yeah. Some of them are going to
And
get
y'all killing
sedition.
yourselves over a 10-year bid. Don't be a wimp now. Do your fucking time. I believe.
do you think anybody gonna get any time? Because
Oh, yeah.
Black America would like to know that, Chris, and we're gonna ask you because you
That's
you
gonna
are
be a-
white America.
that's
Do
gonna
you
be
think
an
they're gonna get?
international
Because they
holiday.
letting everybody out of jail.
The guy who hit the officer with the fire extinguisher, he's probably going to get life.
We love that for him.
And
They-
you know what's so crazy? The officer was a Trump supporter too. So I'm wondering, did the officer say, "I'm with you"? And still got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher?
No, that's what those cops said. They were like, these
own
people
people.
genuinely thought that that we would be on their side and we'd walk in arm in arm into the Capitol. And I'm like, yeah, why do you think we thought that? Like,
Yeah,
why-
they let some of them in. They said, "Let's move this gate along." Let's.
All
The
right.
worst security I've ever seen. I've
everybody
seen harder security at the Chuck E. Cheese.
everybody
What are
goes,
y'all doing?
why did they just let them in? I go, I don't know. Do you open the door for your friends? Like, but you know,
Well, nobody. The Capitol wasn't open to them.
it wasn't
But
open.
it's your homeboys. You know, you ever try to get your homeboys in like your job or whatever, right?
Was the Capitol open to them?
It wasn't. It was locked down. There's 400 doors, and so the Capitol Police asked like 4 or 5 times for reinforcements, and they never got it. And then it took hours for the National Guard to show up. And I guarantee when Biden gets in there and they do an investigation on this, you're going to find a bunch of Trump people who did not do their job in keeping these people safe, and they're all going to go to jail. And that's why people will get jail time, because the powers that be is embarrassed. They're embarrassed that this happened. It never should have happened. It was truly horrific.
Didn't the main guy quit?
Yeah, they fired
Yeah,
the sergeant at arms of both the House and the Senate. They fired the head of the police department, and that head of the police department is now talking and throwing everybody under the bus and talking about how all the ways he didn't get support. Why didn't he get support? Why did Mike Pence,
Trump told them not to.
the vice president,
Well,
had
Trump was gonna let Pence get killed too.
yes, Mike,
Hell yeah.
Mike Pence is the one. This is actually really like not legal, but Mike Pence was the one who called the National Guard up. It wasn't the president who was supposed to. The president wouldn't issue the
He didn't
order.
want to.
He didn't want to. He liked it. He thought that it was great. I mean, that everybody is leaking information as they're fleeing this administration, just talking about how he didn't mind that any of this happened. You know,
You
I mean,
see, they
I can't
stopped
wait
his.
until the mixtapes drop. You remember like those Nixon mixtapes?
Mm-hmm.
They were so good. I can't wait until his mixtapes drop.
did you guys hear the Giuliani tape that night? So as
They called the wrong people.
he called
So
the wrong guy, the dispatch reporter. He called and left a voicemail, basically saying
to the
like
wrong guy.
the wrong
Who
senator.
did that?
So Rudy
Trump and Giuliani called the wrong people.
Giuliani called who he thought he was calling Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, and he called a different senator that was anti-Trump but a Republican, and left this voicemail saying, you know, now we've got some time, please stall. As the insurrection's happening,
Yep.
stall. He leaks it to the dispatch, and you can hear Rudy Giuliani. The whole strategy was get people to show up, have. In my mind, I really think the goal was to kill enough congressmen and senators to not be able to have the vote to install Joe Biden as president. I really
That's
honestly
exactly
think
what we think it is.
Yeah.
I can't wait until these mixed.
So that would have gave Trump another presidency until they get enough senators elected, which would have took another 4 years.
It would have been the 19th, but it would have been months. But what the psychology of the most insane people is that when Joe Biden gets elected, Donald Trump and America is over. He will never get power again, and you will have a socialist government that is going to literally kill them. These people literally think that when Joe Biden gets elected, they're going to be rounded up and put in FEMA camps. Because
Only if you ran in the camp. Only if you ran in the Capitol, right?
no, they literally, like, I'm telling you, I see it every single day. in these libertarian feeds. It's people who think that leftists are going to murder them when they get power, that this is the end of America. Their psychology is that if they don't fight right now, Miss Pat and Garrianna and Deon are coming and invading their suburbs.
No white people.
We unhealthy.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
What you fuck?
You know what I mean?
I think y'all need to do with y'all life, but I'm not about. I'm not about to chase no white.
I started vaping again. I ain't killing
y'all
nobody.
Be always having these
You did what?
these slave plantation strategies in y'all head. Y'all need to cut it out because that's what y'all want to do when y'all get power. Y'all want to enslave people and beat people and kill people. Garrianna tired, not doing it.
That's what they literally think that, like, black faces in commercials, we see it as representation, but those people, the segregationists in our society, see it as subjugation. They're going to be put under the thumb of black America because woke culture is indoctrinating all white people. And it's like a mental virus that has caused this amount of fear that they are willing to kill their fellow citizens to prevent. I mean, it's just... And when you have friends and family, for a lot of white America who has a lot of friends and family, and you're talking to them, you're fighting with them, you're checking them, and it's not doing anything, it's
put their
grievous.
ass on the crazy list and drop their name off at the FBI and say, you need to keep an eye on this nigga.
Y'all be messing around with y'all racist family. It's not for me. I got many cousins.
Let me tell you something. When I was coming up and we had family that talked like that, be like, it's aliens. You'd be like, hold on, nigga. We need to call Milledgeville because that's where the crazy people went to, the Milledgeville hospital.
I want my twag.
Yeah, if there's a Reddit subthread. There's a Reddit subthread for QAnon help, basically. It's like, help my family's in the QAnon cult. And it's got 77,000 people subscribed to it.
God damn.
I mean...
They all white, too. They all white.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you see that one nigga standing in the Capitol? Now, he was looking for his stimulus check. He was there on the purpose. It was one nigga out of all them crazy white people.
I think he was delivering Uber and got lost.
He was an Uber Eats driver.
Everybody was like, look at this coony motherfucker. How he get in there?
Why would you want to be the only black face in the sea of white? You have your information by that night. Like, you would be
when he got in there.
Seconds.
When he got in there, he was standing there. He's like, man, they told me there would be more niggas here.
No, he said, these niggas, I thought it was going to be a turned up party. I don't want to be at this shit and turn around and left. Did they sleep there?
No, no. 4 hours and they were out.
By sundown, everybody was out.
Yeah.
And the one black police officer who ran them in a circle, that's how dumb they was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They didn't have a plan. They didn't. Those motherfuckers thought they was gonna go back to work the next day.
Well, there's some the longer this goes on, the worse all this looks, because now the footage starts coming out, and you, like that guy that you mentioned, the black officer, is standing at the top of the stairs. To his left is the Senate chambers where everybody is holed up, like the Speaker of the House, the Vice President. To the right is just a long hallway. The crowd rushes up at him. And as a black police officer, I'm sure he was like, oh, shit. They run up, and he makes a split-second decision to run down the long hallway, and he redirected hundreds of people down this hallway and saved 50 lives, 100 lives. I mean, and saved America the horror of literally watching deaths on television. Like, there's like 3,000 Capitol Police, and most of them were on duty, and they were outnumbered by hundreds of thousands.
Was on duty.
Yeah.
They said somebody let all of those police officers off duty. Only 400 people was at work.
Wow.
Now, this seemed like some
That's some inside job shit, man.
Yes.
That's an inside job. It's an inside job.
When
they get done with the investigation, this shit gonna make Benghazi look like fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When they get through locking up that white snagger-tooth trash, Kentucky is gonna be empty.
The whole state.
The whole state.
It cannot be over. Like, if this isn't worth impeaching a president and locking people up, and like, then what's the point of impeachment? What's the point of not? You have to hold these people accountable now. If you don't do it, then You're going
His
to just
send-off.
keep. You're just gonna. If you don't check the behavior now, you cannot check it when it's more violent down the road. Like we have to learn our lesson.
I want to know about Trump's send off. So he wanted he wanted them to shoot pistols at him, and he filed for the Air Force Ones. He just wanted a red carpet.
Did you just say you'll shoot a pistol at him?
Well, that's what the man wants. You gotta honor the last wishes of the dying.
No, did you see the My Pillow guy?
Oh, with all his chit chat on the paper.
Yeah, this fool, the My Pillow guy. Like, who knew
I
electing?
used to buy my pillows too, but I don't fuck with them no more.
They were never my pillow.
He goes to the White House yesterday, and he's walking out with his notes uncovered, and a Washington Post reporter, photojournalist, snaps it so you can read it. And basically what the My Pillow guy, who's a huge QAnon guy, wants is for Donald Trump tomorrow or Monday to fire all of these people who are in the CIA and all the security services, to fire all of them, install the names of these Q people he had on the list, declare martial law, declare that the internet needs to be shut down, throw the entire country into chaos, and then say he's not leaving. And you know that this guy had the president's ear, and the president said, there's maybe a plan here. I think maybe we ought to do this. You know, like it's a coup till the end. Like if you don't think that this was an attempted coup on the United States, you're not paying attention, because I knew in
That's
October.
why I don't see how Mike Pence couldn't do the 25th Amendment. Mike, he was gonna fuck you too.
He can.
Mike Pence can. He's just a bitch.
Yeah.
He's
Mike
been a
Pence is
bitch.
a
He's gonna be a bitch.
Yeah.
He's just a bitch ass nigga. Look at him. Look at him.
He's a coward.
That was poetry. That
Just
was
like he is just
better words.
he's a bitch ass nigga. You could just tell by like he's had 4 years to check this man and has done absolutely nothing. The nigga tried to get him killed and he still won't do nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy how these people are like
And he accused Mike Pence of eating babies.
hilarious too.
Somebody accused you of eating babies when you've been trying to stop babies from getting killed through abortion, and you still ain't gonna fucking put the 25th Amendment on. Well, Mike, maybe his goon should have dragged you at least down the hall.
It's hilarious to me how quickly people fall in line with fascism when they're supposed to be like against like that whole idea, and they were just like, fascism doesn't sound that bad when it's coming from Donald Trump. How?
Garrianna, the amount of people that are telling me that the government is their oppressor, and so as the oppressed, they must fight the government with weapons, is hilarious, because these same people tell me all the time that cultural Marxism is invading the country and that's why they're going to fight. Like, you literally just became Marxist, violent revolutionaries. Like, you turned into the very thing that you hate. It's hilarious to me.
I want to know about Trump's send-off. So he wanted this big-ass send-off, right? And he's going to leave the White House at noon. So he's not even going to give the keys to the White House to Biden? Like,
you leave them under the mat.
What typically happens is you go to the inauguration.
Did you not hear what the fuck she said?
You leave it under the mat.
He said Trump gonna leave the keys to the White House up under the mat for Biden.
Probably leave something else.
That's some nigga shit right there. And he probably still gonna leave the door unlocked, so he don't even need the keys to get in.
There's a photo the other day of somebody like carrying a bust of Lincoln out of the White House. Like, so when
Was they stealing too, nigga?
Hell yeah, they was
Fuck
stealing.
yeah, they're going to.
Rioters, those thugs, I swear.
Do you like my china? It's from the White House. Don't tell anybody. Like,
I thought he said, do you like black china? I said, what? I was like, what does that have to do with something?
Was they really stealing the shit out the White House?
I don't know if it was stealing something or if it was like they're the transition people. So I can't say that they were stealing.
He took all those silverwares and stanchion things that he put those cold hamburgers on. He taking that shit with him.
Do you have you ever heard the stories of the Clinton people? So like they were salty that Bush won the over Gore in Florida, and so like they took all the K's off of all the keyboards in the entire White House. Have you ever heard any of that?
What?
So the Clinton people apparently like left the White House trashed in the West Wing and like took all the K's off the keyboards and stole paintings from the White House.
Why the K's? So they can't write KKK newsletters?
Maybe. I don't know, but that's just a story that I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
They look like they were stealing. probably another 30 years, we ain't gonna have no government. We're just gonna be right here killing each other like the Wild Wild West, eating each other.
I mean, can't do it.
I've been telling y'all for years, I'm ready to go. I ain't doing all that. Fuck all that.
I'm not running through no desert. I ain't gonna.
Once they cut the internet off, I'm done.
That Harriet Tubman shit is. I'm not strong as Harriet.
It's all going to be fine. We lived through Oklahoma City. There were 10,000 bombings from 68 to 72 in this country. I mean, people don't realize that. It'll be okay.
White.
It'll be okay.
We got 2 strikes. We black.
What's the other strike? Stop! You buffered.
You buffered.
I'm trying to think of the other strike. What's the other strike against black people, Deon?
I don't know about black people, but you was molested. So
yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. I don't know. Just pray. I pray. I'm just trying to shoot my sitcom in COVID, so when Biden lock everybody back down, they'll have something good to watch on TV. But I don't know, because CNN is like juice every night. And I try to stop watching CNN because that shit is like a coat. It get in your head, and as Black America, as a liberal, you get fired up. And I'm like, I can't be out here fighting my neighbor. God say love their neighbors, whether they crazy or not.
Yeah.
Garrianna had it right. She's like, I read a book, and then at 6 p.m. I got on the internet. It's like I want to just throw my phone out and do what Garrianna did.
And I still was impressed that night. I was like, look, this crazy, but that's just none of my business.
I watched the whole
white
thing.
people's business.
You watched the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing. That shit was sexy. I started beating my meat to them white people committing life suicide. How the fuck you go? How you go?
Nobody had on makeup. How did you beat your meat?
I was enjoying the chaos. It was a joke. I wasn't really beating my meat. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. I was like, you beat your meat to the little Tweety Bird lady?
It's an animaniac.
You beat your dick to an animaniac? Your dick ain't got no conscience. It just get up for anything.
Your dick has no conscience.
That lady look like Chris out there who had been maced. It's smaller. They maced me. I was like, bitch. She said, it's a revolution. I said, okay.
I want to. Go ahead, Deon.
Did you see the video of the lady getting shot in the neck? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
How do y'all get that stuff on y'all feed?
I had a friend who was there, and he got her being loaded into the ambulance, and it's one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life. It was like
he was storming the White House too?
No, he was there because he was part of the protest, and then when all the stuff happened, he goes, I can't believe that this happened. Like it shook him to his core. And I think there are a lot of people who went there who were there for the fun or for like the Trump part of it, and then saw the violent part of it. Like one guy that I talked to that was there, he goes, I'm forever changed. Like, I thought I understood America. I thought I understood the people that vote the way that I do. I don't understand them at all. I don't understand what this is. I'm terrified. I feel sick to my stomach. Like, I'm forever changed for being there.
I'm calling bullshit.
Why do y'all always got to see somebody get killed before y'all like, let me have a freaking conscience?
Yeah. Instead of listening to a nigga who's been telling you for years this shit is real. Yeah, motherfucker, I didn't know. I just couldn't believe. That's such crap. Fuck off. I hate those type of people. I didn't know. What do you mean you didn't know? We've been telling you for a long time. I didn't know.
Can I ask your opinions? I want to know what you would say to somebody, because everybody's seeing this all over online. And I've been thinking about what you guys would say to this. What do you say to the person who says, well, yeah, this was violent, but the riots over the summer?
The riots over the summer were about an actual cause.
Right.
Some people are being killed by police unproportionately for being unarmed. That's what the riots were about. This insurrection was about a nigga who doesn't want to accept the fact that he lost. Like, what? Don't compare these two things. That's fucking disrespectful to everybody.
Yeah, when you don't,
especially Black America. And I mean, that's the answer, Chris. Neither one, me and Garrianna can't. You don't want us to reiterate the same fucking answer.
Yeah,
Black. I think the only time and you have people that come to riots, whether it's Trump, whether it's Black Lives Matter. You have the bad people that come in just to steal and to start shit. But those riots, those marches start from every time a police officer shoot an unarmed Black person. Unarmed person, period, just about. But, they only shoot us, as we can see, the way they kill us unarmed in the back 7 times and shit like that.
It's about getting justice for those people who are gunned down by police, whether it's a white person.
But
it's comparing apples to oranges, because at the end of the day, okay, a Wendy's might have gotten burnt down. A McDonald's might have gotten burnt down. These are corporations. They will rebuild themselves. Y'all stormed the goddamn Capitol. Black people never even tried to do that. That's not what it. And then you stormed the Capitol for violence. You wanted to kill. We marched on the Capitol for 60 plus years now. For what? Peace. For reciprocity in the way that laws are distributed in this country, for the ability to walk outside your door at night and not be killed by your neighbor. That is what Black people are talking about. And it's not just a fight for Black people in terms of police brutality. Police brutality also affects Latino people and, plot twist, white people. Because when you have a force that is created to oppress, guess what? It's going to oppress all over. And that is what we're marching for. We're marching for a thing bigger than us. When they went up there to the Capitol, they were marching for themselves. They were marching for something smaller than them. And that right there cannot be compared to the pain and the loss that people have experienced through police brutality. So it's no comparison.
But what would you say?
Let me say this, Chris. You would never see Black people run up in the Capitol. First of all, there's no Nike stores, no Louis Vuitton stores, nothing good in there that we fucking want.
They stole AOC shoes.
They got foot fetishes. That's why. It's real weird. There's so many men who don't like her, but then just be like touching themselves to her.
They stole really?
They stole all her shoes.
All of them.
Niggas was licking her Dr. Scholl's.
I just don't think that you guys
when you see somebody with no teeth with some nice shoes on, that nigga need to be arrested.
They sniffing them. They probably doing some nasty stuff to them shoes. They nasty.
I guess I would just say you guys don't understand how hurtful it is when somebody gets kicked off of Parler.
Yeah, we don't understand pain. Yeah.
You just don't understand when I can't tweet because I said something super racist. I mean, that's just oppressive, and that's what they're fighting for.
That's what they're fighting for?
Yeah. No, okay. I'm joking. I'm completely kidding.
Did Trump get kicked off of Parler too?
Parler? No, they removed Parler completely from the internet.
From the app stores.
Yeah.
So how do you get on Parler now?
You can't.
They rebuilt it. I think you can now, but yeah, they
it's just
took
like
it down.
8chan and 4chan and freaking parts of Discord. I'm on Discord. It's a mess. Just a bunch of racists will find a way.
So they shut Parler down?
Yeah, so after the president, so they took Trump down from all these different services, and then Amazon Web Services, which was like their host, basically said to them, you have 24 hours to get your moderation stuff intact. And they also had a bunch of security issues. So, like, if you ever gave them your driver's license, hackers have that stuff now. And they didn't do it, so they took them down, and then now they've, like, put it back on some other web server that is, for free speech or whatever. And so they took the whole platform. It was removed out of both the app stores. You can't use the mobile app. It's sort of like Gab. Like, if you've ever been on Gab, it's really just horrifyingly ugly and gross. But
I don't even know what Gab is.
I heard of Gab.
Horribly
racist. That shit sounds like something you play Oregon Trail on.
So I signed up for Parler, but they never asked me for my driver's license. I was just seeing because everybody kept saying, take your racist ass back to Parler. So I said, I'm going to go, what the fuck is Parler?
Why don't you give them your email, though? That's still too much.
No, I went in and deleted my account, and I was like, "Oh my God, is it legal to talk about people in America like this?" And nobody is. This is how stupid these people are. What they do is they put the FBI and they infiltrate this shit, and then they go and crack you across your fucking head.
Did you hear that there are these girls, or it's at least socks, they do this to child predators too? The FBI sets up like attractive female accounts, and they start hitting up guys on like Tinder or some of these other services, and
Isn't
people
it just to catch a predator?
Yeah, so people that they know that were there, and then they're like, "So what did you do last week?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I was at the insurrection."
Not this being an overlap between child predators and
insurrectionists.
Who would have thunk?
I guess, Deon, like, when I see people complaining about a lot of the deplatforming stuff, like, it rings in my ears kind of what you say about white America's discomfort, and then they try to compare that to black discomfort, and it's like
y'all
offensive.
looking for a struggle that you don't have.
Don't say y'all.
You know
don't
what?
put my
The
friend Chris in
struggle
and
is
say
y'all
day.
ashy.
You
Wear
say
lotion.
day.
Wear lotion. That's gonna be our new struggle. If y'all wear lotion,
White
I swear to God,
people
you're gonna age
create
well.
their own problems and then get mad at everybody else that they have to deal with them.
I know, it's so weird.
It's so fucking annoying. It's like, oh, I was living a great life, and then I shot myself in the knee and it hurts. This is that nigga's fault. And it's like, what?
You remind me like my fifth grade teacher. My fifth grade teacher always was assigning a bunch of homework. Then she wanted to complain, I had to grade homework all weekend. Really?
Yeah.
Like,
Ain't nobody told you to do all that.
what's an example of that, Deon?
This whole insurrection business. He's stealing the votes. Really? You know why 80 million people voted against you? Because you've been an asshole for 5 years. That's
Make
why
the
you
Wi-Fi
lost.
bad and everything.
If you'd have been a good president, guess what? You would have had another 4 years.
It's like
You created this
You didn't
problem,
have to be
and now
a good
you're.
president. All you had to do was shut your fucking mouth. Because no president is perfect. All of them do dirty shit. Every time you did something dirty, you tweeted about it. If you'd have shut your fucking mouth and not divided the country, you could have stole all our money like all the rest of them did. And you could have gotten away with so much shit. You ran your fucking mouth so much that you fired up young America. And you told regular motherfuckers who didn't even care to vote that it was a such thing out there called ballot, bitch. And they was like, wait a minute, I could just drop my motherfucking vote off with my rent money? Oh, hell to the no. And then now you're making niggas buy 2 stamps.
like
It's the first.
Like, all presidents are terrorists. I believe most of them are racist.
Amen.
But you know what they do? They be this. Just be quiet. All you had to do is be
He
quiet.
fucked
He
his
started
mouth.
it.
Go in there and early vote because you made me feel bad for the last 4 years and messed up the internet.
Yeah.
You
He
made
started
somebody
it.
like Dion go vote. Who a
Yeah, and
nigga?
I don't like Joe Biden at all.
Yeah,
all.
but
I
you
don't like
literally,
Joe Biden.
you literally made people leave the Republican Party, which they should have, because if you was a Democrat, nigga, I would have left too.
this
Man,
Republican last night was going.
Saturday to cast a freaking ballot.
This Republican
say?
last night was going off on Joe Biden's $2 trillion stimulus and how it's going to pass and it's ushering in socialism. And I just typed, wouldn't pass if you hadn't lost 4 Senate seats and gotten the president reelected, but you had to go full QAnon. Like, it's your fault. It's your fault that you lost 2 seats in Georgia. Georgia, of all places. Like, I never thought that I'd see North Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, all these places. Like, if you went back 20 years and said those would be blue states and Texas is maybe blue and Nevada's blue and Arizona's blue, like, you wouldn't believe it. But Donald Trump caused that, and they can't get it through their heads that they're the reason. They're just going to keep blaming the media and Democrats.
I'll tell you when it all started. I'll tell you exactly when it all started. When he said he had.
You zapped out. What'd you say?
Did the FBI come in and get his ass?
Yeah, I think they got him. I think he's.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. When did it start?
So when he lied about the inauguration size,
That put people. Why would he lie about something we can check? And ever since he started lying about dumb shit, people were like, I'm finna check this motherfucker every time he says something. So then he said there was no Russian collusion, and they was like, well, we gonna make sure. And so they were on his ass from the get go. All he had to do was just shut the fuck up, like Garrianna Miss Pat said. He caused all his own problems, and now he's not the president
because
anymore.
he's something in his head to say bigger, biggest, biggest.
Yeah.
And those three, the EST and the ERT or ING, that shit continue to fuck with him. He wanted biggies, and big ass all the fucking time. Enormous is he had the vocabulary of a third grade. I mean, I got some kids right here that can outspeak him. Maybe me on a good day.
I'll tell you when he realized his power, and like now that this has happened, like looking back in hindsight at all the things that he's done and said, like stand by and stand back and all that stuff, like that people,
shit scared me.
Right.
I said, nigga, you got a whole nother military with a fucking black man leading that don't even know he black.
Right.
No,
Sammy Davis Jr.
Afro-Cuban.
Jr.
That's what I said. Afro-Cuban, if I'm going to be for real.
Yeah, so like you look back January 26, 2016, he's in Iowa, and he says, it's unbelievable. I could go out in Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and they'll still vote for me. And I look back and I go, that guy knew exactly the power that he had, the platform that he had, and how easily duped all of these people were. And then all through 2016, you see all these Republicans like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, and they're all saying what a dangerous man he is. And he's saying, beat that protester up, and we shouldn't be like this. Then he gets elected and everybody goes, well, it's convenient for us to look the other way. And now it's gotten to the point that that checking it is now going to be violent, because now we're being told, well, if you impeach him and you remove him, then we're going to beat you up. Like, no, the inauguration is the American people's inauguration. Just because you want to come here and bully people with weapons, it's like you don't get to just dictate with violence how the rest of the country lives. You know,
and they didn't have a plan.
Right.
They nobody brought an overnight bag. They was all just going to overthrow the government in 8 hours and then go back home.
Right.
Like,
They were gonna sleep.
what kind of dumbass shit is that?
They were gonna sleep on their teeth.
Deon, this is not
They
that
didn't bring
like
no
you're
snacks
thinking
for
that
it.
like
They weren't serious about this insurrection.
no, that's
But they were though. This sounds poorly planned. Oh yeah, we're just gonna go kill Nancy Pelosi, Mike Pence, and then we're gonna go back to the hotel. Like what?
You know, as an American, I looked at that, and you know, you look at the world looking at us, and we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world. And I looked at that, and it really made me realize how fucked up we are. Like, I know we're fucked up I know we're fucked up as a country, but you still saw people that had respect for America or for your country. You know what I'm saying? You go to Canada. I've been to Canada, and you know, I've been out of the country, and I was like, you know, it's nothing like being at home, where you born, where you raised. I mean, I'm no flag toe motherfucker, but our country has been through a lot of shit, but I do love my country. This is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at this shit and you look at it and you say to yourself, well, goddamn, do these people not realize that this is not their shit by themselves? I know they want to believe that Christopher Columbus is real and da.
He's
and
not
that
real?
bullshit that nigga ain't real.
fake ass Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, but you look at it, and I say all of that to say this. I was so embarrassed as an American to see that that these people was brainwashed by the president of the United States. You know, like I remember watching an old Nixon tape when they had to impeach Nixon and remove him. And one of Nixon's friends was a congressman, and he was crying like a baby. This white man was crying like a baby. I do not know his name, because he did not want to vote to remove Nixon, but he did what he knew was right.
I listened to
To
this.
me, that's a real fucking American. Even though you kissed Nixon's ass and you was hoping that Nixon didn't do the things that they say he was did, this white man broke down and he was boo-hooing. He was a congressman and he voted to remove Nixon. To me, that's somebody who gives a fuck about how America was going forward.
I was listening
Because
to
those
this.
people back then could have looked, because to me, they was way worse than Americans is now.
Yeah.
That's a hardcore, them motherfuckers was like 10 years from owning slaves. They were a little older than that. But,
No, they had participated in Jim Crow. I mean, most of these politicians.
yeah, they had participated in Jim Crow. But when it was time to step up to remove this man, they could have looked the other way. But they didn't. And I just think about that one white man, I don't know his name, and look at people like Ted Cruz, who know that they should do the right thing. And for only 9 Republicans correct me if I'm wrong, voted to have this man impeached again.
Yeah.
After he just tried to kill all y'all.
So I listened to this interview with one of them. His name's Peter Meyer. He's part of the Myers family, and he voted against Trump. And he's one of the 10 Republicans. And the interviewer said, when I talk to my contacts on the Hill and I ask how many Republicans truly believe the election was stolen, their answer is less than 10 of the congressmen that push this stuff. And he goes, 10%? And he goes, no, less than 10. And the congressman said, that's about right. Tops 15. So all of the rest of these people are lying to you. They're full of crap. They're like, it's infuriating. I watch people like Congressman Jim Banks here in Indiana, a person that I have known for 15 years. And I know he doesn't believe anything he is saying right now. And I know that this guy used to be like a very like middle of the road, let's get along, I want to know what you think about this, like conciliatory guy when he was in the state Senate. And then something happened to him this year, and it leaked. He wants to run for governor of Indiana. So he has just been participating in all of this steal stuff because he wants higher ambition. He's a snake. Like, all these people are full of shit.
You know what? I think they feel like Trump is leading behind a group of people that they want to be in business with.
Yeah.
So Trump been ran out of the country or ran out of the group. So let me grab these motherfuckers. They might be crazy, but they vote.
But it's like it's the equivalent of trying to train a bunch of wild rats. They might come with you, but at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want to do.
Yep.
You're getting yourself into bad.
So
business.
you think the crazy people that ran up in the Capitol are like New York rats?
Exactly, the pizza down the stairs and everything.
It's like Siegfried and Roy's tigers. You can train those tigers all you want, but they're still fucking tigers that are going to eat you for lunch when they're ready.
There's only a certain amount of shows that you can do with a tiger before the tiger goes, fuck this job, I quit.
Yeah.
And bite your fucking head off.
and that's what it is. And you're getting yourself into line with these people you think you're going to be able to control. There's no controlling crazy. That's why there's nut houses. Thank you. That's my synopsis.
And they're all these evil. It's just like the 20s Klan. Like, all those people, like, it all falls apart because they're all such evil people that perpetrate all of it. That, oh, DC Stevenson raped and killed a girl? I never thought that guy would do it. Oh, I don't know. He just spent the last 10 years trying to oppress Catholics and black people and Jews. Why would you think that he was a good person? It all will fall apart. You'll see all these people get charged with, they're cheating on their wives, or they're going to jail. It's going to fall
apart, Chris, because you used to be in the Tea Party, and that shit went right out the door with the tea.
Yep. No, I mean, like, you look at Christian nationalism, and you look at all the shit that came out of that. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you're right. Like, you're right.
Y'all didn't stick together either, boy.
No, because you look at it and you go, all right, this is fucking wrong, and I don't want to be any part of it. Like, I'm out. It's and that's like the people that showed up to this thing, and this is how it always starts with all these fucking things. Like, you show up because you believe in the cause, and then there's the troublemakers, and then everybody kind of follows the troublemakers because they're like, well, I'm here, my reputation's ruined, I might as well be an asshole. Like, people really need courage right now to stand up and say, like, this shit's wrong. I'm going to check my side. This is not how we ought to live as a society. I don't want to live in this America.
I distinctly remember about 8 years ago how y'all all were saying, oh, they're just fringe. They're just fringe. It's not that big a deal. They're just fringe. And now it's 74 million of those motherfuckers who would rather have this guy in charge of the country than some liberal centrist Democrat. And it's like, these people weren't fringe. They're not fringe. They grow every day. He got 7 million more this time around than did the last time because y'all don't stand up to these people. You let them say their racist shit and you just sit on the bus and go, this is beneath me. It's disgusting. But you don't punch that motherfucker in the face because he's related to you.
Like, call that a friendly
which
face.
pisses me off
because
when it comes to Chicago, that's all y'all talk about is why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you doing anything?
Yeah. And I challenge each and every you, even us too, with our black people, And when you know you got somebody, right now we talking about racism. When you know you got somebody in your family racist, you should take them on a bus route to the black neighborhood and start a loud conversation with them so they can get the dog shit beat out of them.
All you gotta do is put some pebbles in a sock and just hit them in the ribs. Hit them. That's all you gotta do.
No, what you do is you don't want to hit your relative because you do love this racist motherfucker. You put them on the bus, but don't tell them where you're going. You put them on a black route. And you start talking like, Johnny, what you say about them coons? And then let Johnny start talking loud and he'll get the dog shit beat out of him. And then you act like you gonna help him, and as you dragging him off the bus bloody, you get a black dude a thumbs up.
I love that you picked the one word that white people might say, and then you went, like what? Because they're not saying the other one with the hard R. They might start with the C one, but not the N one.
Oh, they'll say coon?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so
Like,
I mean, coon to get your head knocked off too. If you say, "Hey, you coon," now if you just out here say, "I'm looking for coons," we might think you're looking for raccoons. But if you look at a nigga, and say, that might get your motherfucking ass beat right now.
You better put the
take,
rack on the coons. I'm telling you right now.
You need to take your racist family members on bus trips into black neighborhoods and get the dog shit beat out of them.
Nah, I think you need to start beating them yourself. Why it gotta be black people problem to beat your relatives? No, you gotta beat your own relatives.
Because
exactly.
when black people hit you for a nigga, they hitting you with all that. They hitting you with that Harriet Tubman strength.
Well, you hit them with the Harriet Tubman strength. Get that Susan B. Anthony strength on them. Beat them up.
If there's one thing I've learned in this podcast is violence solves everything.
What is that?
Nothing makes people change their heart and mind like violence.
What'd you say?
I said nothing changes hearts and minds like violence.
Yeah, that's it. Everybody know that.
Fuck is you doing, nigga? This nigga up here, I hate people who play their fucking phone with no earphone. Like somebody will hear your R&B motherfucking jams.
Who is that?
Yeah, come on here. This is Vince. You woke up looking like a fucking ragtag.
What the heck is a ragtag?
We're talking about the white people storming the Capitol.
What's up, Deon? What's going on, everybody?
What up? What
How
up?
you doing?
Mike, you're not wet, man.
I know how you talking. You said, Mike, you can handle me.
What do you think about the white people storming the Capitol?
I don't think nothing about it. I hope all of them get sick. Shit. I would have walked down there and started coughing.
You didn't have to cough. When they were spraying them motherfucker with that mace, didn't some of them have on them gas masks?
You know, they ain't nothing but like pepper inside of there.
Yeah, they were spraying that motherfucker. They backed their ass up from that.
So really, that's the first time. No, that's the first time they ever had seasoning. That's the first time.
So the only
that's why she had that onion in a towel.
They went down there for flavor. You know, they travel the world for spices. That's they didn't tell. That's what Chris Columbus was. And they was just traveling around in India.
Wait a minute. So you tell me they went to the Capitol looking for saffron?
That was they.
You ain't said that nigga pulled the chicken breast out of his pocket. He said, "Spray this." He called the chicken out. He put it out his pocket. It's fully dressed. He had a little Italian herb seeds. That's what you put on the chicken. That's how you marinate it. Yeah. I got sprayed in the eye with some red pepper spray, and I was like, I put this shit on my Chinese food. I tasted it for the first time. I said, this ain't nothing but some spice. That's all that is.
Now, no offense, Vince, but can you introduce us to Vince? Who is this?
Just a nigga from the back room.
Yeah, nigga from the back room. Rub man from the back room. That's who I am.
He said, no offense, just a nigga from the back room. This is Vincent Bryan. He's one of the writers on the show.
What's going on, y'all?
How you doing?
That's his Chris. I know he look like a lesbian, but
What's
he's
up,
not
Chris?
a transgender. That's really a boy.
He got a full beard. Them hormones working if he's trans.
Look. Chaz Bono over here. Look.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten the
Roosevelt
mastectomy
Dawn
yet.
Chaz Bono had a baby.
Okay.
I don't know who carried him.
That's they split terms. Somebody did 4.5. The other person did 4.5. Wouldn't that be cool if you could do a pregnancy like that? 4.5, 4.5. Would you do the front or the back half? Back. You don't want to deliver the baby?
Who's gonna do the back half?
Yeah, you don't deliver the paper. That's some painful shit. That's when your pussy pop open and it feel like a nigga just stabbing you in the bottom of your womb, and then you got this doctor who take your whole fist, they just digging in your pussy like it's a can. a fucking rummy
He
gums.
trying to get that last little piece of popcorn. That's what it feel like.
And you know one thing about when you have a baby, they you know that whole baby head got to come out, so all of that shit spread. So they got to reach in now and grab that nigga
By the
head.
shoulders?
They got to pull him out of the shoulder. Cause they pull him out of the head, they can break their necks. So they got to go up. They got to pass this nigga big head like Junebug and grab that baby's shoulder and yank that motherfucker out your pussy. But that's why they ask you to push. And sometimes them niggas get stuck.
What if a nigga grabbed on to the lip like, I ain't ready yet? You know, what if a baby sleeping, you wake me up? Because I know when I used to get woke up, like, bro, I need 5 more minutes. What if a baby like, bro, I just
They
need
probably
5 more
was
minutes.
asleep. But some of them probably do. They don't come out. Some of them don't come out crying and they spank them. They like, what the fuck is it going on around here? And they start to cry.
So being birds is like being a prank. You like, damn, bro, what the fuck? Why is so many lights and people in this room?
Yeah.
All right.
They go the fuck off.
That extreme episode of Punk.
Who's that?
She's getting a phone call.
Is that Quisha?
Hey, Mary
No.
It's Mary Lou.
I'm gonna call you right back.
Yeah, we need to wrap this episode
Yeah,
up. My phone about to die.
Yeah. Vince, it was
Yeah.
great to meet you. Can we have Vince back on the show? He's hilarious.
Yeah, we're having back on.
I'll be back.
He didn't ask me to come back. When you see how rude he is. No. I'm not even gonna look.
No.
I'm not even gonna talk about it.
You know he loves you.
I love you, Garrianna.
Talk to the hand. It ain't listening.
I like you.
We enjoyed your view on the Capitol. I thought it was pretty good.
I
Chris
love
said-
I love Garrianna. I know she tolerates me. I hope one day we
Stop
can be
with
friends.
the bullshit. What'd you say? You what?
I love Garrianna. I think she's
Nice
hilarious
dress.
on the show. I know when I come over, she's at least we're now our relationship is now. Hey Garrianna, how are you? Hey.
It's a silent hey.
Yeah. I get a grunt.
Right.
I'm up to a grunt.
H is silent.
Yeah. Well, another great episode of the Pat Down. I would like to see how it turns out. Another great episode of the Pat Down. Thank you, Chris, Deon, our special guest. Well, Garrianna, whenever the fuck she want to come on. Our special guest is a nigga from the back room named Vincent Bryan.
Vincent Bryan.
Yeah, he's a comedian, funny as fuck. Thank you for being here, and we appreciate you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Pat Down. Make sure you check out my website at misspatcomedy.com for all of my social media, my tour dates, my book. Make sure you spread the word about my podcast. Please rate and review. Please rate and review and share. Thank y'all so much, y'all. I've been Miss Pat.